start out with Calvin.
Calvin Watkins, Nelson. Just your thoughts on the last 12 days and how you guys were able to kind of try to get through this.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously a tough, hard 12 days, and through the bye week, those first, as I mentioned to you on the earlier in the week, those first few days, right, not being with the guys was harder than anything. But the last 6, 7, being together, working together, having conversations, healing, shining a light on who Marshawn was, then obviously coming out here tonight and playing with the style that he played with, the intensity, the efforts, finish, and super proud of the guys. Whirlwind of a week, great one to cap off with a win right here, and but this doesn't put a cap on it. We're going to continue to move forward, shining light on Marshawn and carrying his legacy, and we need to play like this every week moving forward, and he'll always be with us.
How big was Lamb and Pickens tonight for you in terms of honoring Marshawn and his gift?
Yeah, huge. I mean, getting those guys the ball, watching them run after catch, being who they are. Two elite guys that complement each other, that build off of each other's energy. One makes a play, the other one wants to make a play. Tonight was fun. Just as I've always said, right, I'm just trying to get the ball out of my hands to these guys, be like a point guard, and let them go do what they do best. And tonight was a good example of that.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. Just talking about Pickens. Certainly with discipline before the game. He had a penalty last time. Obviously had a great touchdown, but he get another penalty. How do you balance all of that energy and on the edge with Pickens? I see you smiling.
He's a one-of-a-kind guy. Special individual, elite, has a great feel for the game, loves the game, plays the game like a kid. I mean, you when you watch him play, I'm sure, right, the energy, the celebrations, like that's contagious, and luckily we got a kicker who can make it. I know Shotty's probably not happy about it, but when you got a kicker that can bail you out, it's one thing, but the discipline, right, there is a part of that we've all got to tighten up, and GP knows that. Obviously, he responded to it, right, responded to the discipline by the way that he came out and the intensity he played with and the effort he had. But he's a special individual, and like you said, there is a balance to it, though.
Did he open things up for CD?
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I think they open up things for each other. You know what I mean? You get both of those guys and they're out wide. What coverage are you going to play? And when you're single high, you got to lean one way or another. You got to pick a receiver to help. So that's why I say they're complementary to one another.
Dak talked with ESPN. What were the emotions coming into this game, and what were the emotions afterward in the locker room? Music's playing, Shotty's going through the post-game speech like he normally does.
Yeah, electric, honestly, especially afterwards. Before the game, it was business as normal, to be honest, and I give the guys a lot of credit for that. I give the coaches credit. I give the whole organization for the resources and discussing, these emotions and these feelings throughout the week before they've happened. That, guys, I feel like all had a plan. They stuck to their process of pregame, and it showed, right, in the execution during the game. And then after, it was a celebration. I said it's been a tough week, and to be able to celebrate and to smile for a moment and to know that you went out there and you, like Shotty said, made Marshawn proud and honored him the right way. But that's just 1 week, and we want to continue to do that.
You got 3 games here in 12 days against 3 really good teams. Shotty was saying that the honoring doesn't stop.
No.
Just this game. Can you speak on what lies ahead in these next 3 games?
Yeah, nice, tough road. And as you just said, like Shotty said, the honoring doesn't stop. And, honestly, when the season's over, the honoring won't stop. So it's about intensifying everything that we do to carry the legacy of Marshawn. And then over these next 3 games with the opponents coming in and us wanting to get to where we want to go, everything's just got to heighten, right? The discipline, the focus, the intensity, the aggressiveness. And that's at practice, and that'll just carry over into the game. And, I've always said the game's a celebration of the work that you put in throughout the week. And so we're looking forward to it. Why not?
John showed with the Athletic your 13th career game with 4+ passing touchdowns. How would you evaluate your
Solid. Put the ball in harm's way once, maybe even twice. Receivers did a good job of, knocking it down. Other than that, like I said, I was just trying to be a point guard and distribute the ball, get the ball to these guys, let them go do work, and had a great red zone plan. All but the last two right possessions, we scored in the red zone. So just sticking to my reads, sticking to the process of practice and the game plan, and allowing these guys to go be special like they are.
What have you, I know it's really brief, but what have you noticed from Quinn and Williams in practice? He stood out to them.
I don't know if there's words for it. A special individual. From the moment he's walked into the building, I've got to match and putting the time in, taking care of the body. That's somebody that challenges me and just being a professional and inspires me in everything that he's doing. You know, in the conversations that we've had, discussing, you know, what he expects out of an offense and the way that he plays, you know, and vice versa. Super impressed with him. Obviously, I've known he's been a dude from playing against him and watching it, but to have him as a teammate now, we're very, very fortunate, and he's going to continue to be the man that he is, and he's raising everybody's focus, intensity. You saw it tonight, and he's a leader now. Yeah, I mean, just the focus, I think, right through the bye week, and having a good plan of understanding of what these guys were going to do and how they were going to attack, how we were going to attack them. And I was efficient down there, right, and getting it to the guys. And they ran good routes. They were speed. They were getting to their spots on time. And when we do that, that should be the result. And obviously we should have had another one right there at the end. And we're not complacent with the 3 for 5 or whatever it is. We want to go 5 for 5. And we're just trying to build, and we've got to with the road we have ahead of us. Special. Overshawn's my favorite player. I've told him that. His locker, y'all knows, right by mine. I knew he was going to go out and have a great game. That's because of the way that he approaches the business each and every day with the same attitude. A hell of a leader. Special player. That's no surprise. I mean, he really is. He's really my favorite player. And then Revel, just super excited. Young player, right? Had a couple of times of, like you said, rehabbing with him, but to just seeing him over these last couple of weeks at practice, watching the way he runs, watching him turn, getting out of cuts, he can run. And he's going to be a great player for us.
Cowboys.com talked about being a point guard, 8 different guys to catch 40 over the touchdown. What opened up to allow you to kind of get those assists, if you will, and defensively, what did you see that they were doing to open things up for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to play a team with a lot of spot drop, so it was important for our guys to run, be fast, be at their spots on time in the right depths, and credit to our receivers and, you know, obviously the guys up front, giving me a few seconds, and those guys being detailed on where they need to be. And if we can continue to do that, like I said, that's what we can expect of ourselves.
I know you don't take the field with them on game days, but how much energy did the defense give you guys offensively tonight, and Quinn playing the way he is and Timo's back?
Tons. It's contagious. That's what complementary football is about. You know, going out there, second drive or first drive 3 and out, second drive we fumble right there in their own red zone, and for our defense to come out and make a stop and hold them to a field goal, I think that's where we all took off right there, seeing the confidence that gave just the whole group of worry about yourself, focus on your job, and we can play complementary football now, and tonight was a good example of that.
Louis Scruggs, NBC5. Knowing the relationship that Ryan and Marshawn had, and I know you throw to the open guy, but what did it mean for a guy like Ryan to catch a ball in a game like this?
It was awesome. Special. You know, honestly, I didn't even think about the relationship and how special this was for him, but that's just a reward for a guy, a flow, who does everything right. Whatever you ask him to do, run, block, you break the huddle and CD says, no, I want that route, and he goes and plays the other position and does it with such a great attitude, with such grace. One of the best teammates I've been around. Keeps a positive attitude, stays focused, and cares a lot about his teammates, and gives it his all each and every day. He's going to be a big part in carrying that legacy, Marshawn's legacy, and I know he's proud and honored to do that, and special for him to get a touchdown tonight. hell, I hope we can take everything out of it. Honestly, it's the NFL, and let's not look at these records and understand that this is an NFL team, and this is more about us. We go in almost every game really, right, saying it's about us. And tonight's example of that, right, it was a dominating win. Sure, I understand that they're struggling, right? But if we play that way, I don't care who it is. The score might not be that big, the margin might not be that way, but there's no reason that we can't be confident and feel like we're going to come out on top if we can play with that same intensity and effort in complementary football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's special. Special is one of these moments you realize this is just a game, and life is what's important, and our connections, our relationships, what we say to each other, how we can lift each other up, how we can be a helping hand, how we can be a true neighbor, a true brother, a true sister, and love one another. One love, like Marshawn, right, lived by. That's awesome. Didn't realize the Raiders were doing that, right? Obviously, I know the crowd was. I saw a bunch of the signs, and that's what it's about. That's what makes life beautiful. And hopefully we can all continue to look at our neighbors, look at ourselves, and ask how can we be better, how can we help better them, and just a moment, like I said, to understand that it's much bigger than this game, and it's about life.
Mike was the WFA. To that end, I saw that you had the one love wristband on the tape on your wrist. What did it mean for yourself on a personal level to do that and have that visible call out to Marshawn?
Yeah, I mean, right, I've had asked for help on there for majority of the game since I've been writing on it, and sometimes change up, right, the message, and it was just the right message tonight. Not only in honoring Marshawn, but as I was just iterating, it's one love. Like we get one life, right? And we all do, and we are responsible of being the best neighbor to the person next to us, and giving them everything that they need in life that we're capable of giving. And so, to just show the world one love, and just to try to go out there and play focused, and allow my play and my focus and my relationship with my teammates to hopefully be an example of that.
Dak, a couple questions. First off, tragedy like you've had, but we talk about the family, this team, we talk about it all year long. Can this catapult you now, memory of Marshawn, to move on and get a winning streak going and really propel you to something higher?
Yeah, why not? And I know I've been saying that, I'll probably keep saying that. Why not? And it's more about we're in control, right? We're in control, and life's going to throw things at us, and it threw us a hell of a curveball this past week. And how are we going to respond? And that's what I was telling the team, right? To have a testimony, you've got to go through a test, and this is a big test to our brotherhood and who we are, and to this organization, to us individually. And let's have pride, and let's honor our brother. And if we can continue to do that, move forward, carrying that light, and play the way that we did tonight, why not?
And on a personal note, what did it mean to you, the honor you got at your high school, Halton High School, and that tribute ceremony last week?
Yeah, that was special. It was a hard day. It was the same day that we lost Marshawn, so it was a very whirlwind of emotions. Yeah, it was a tough day. I don't know if my emotions were even, and mine was there even enough to enjoy it quite the way that I wanted to, but I can't tell you how appreciative I am of my high school and where I'm from, and talking about carrying things on. I am from Halton, Louisiana, and I am Halton, as I told them, and wherever I go, they go with me. And so super proud to be where I'm from, super thankful to be able to give back and to be in this position, and hopefully to inspire a bunch of kids there, with the field now being Prescott Field. And it's not just honoring me, that's honoring my mother, who put so much into the community by loving her boys and allowing her boys to go forward and to shine lights. And then my brother as well, both of my brothers who were great athletes, who inspired me and made me the athlete that I am, to even get us to this position.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Obviously, rightfully, a lot of people want to talk about the highlights, George, Jake, CD, so forth and so on. But when you look at a play like Hunter did, 3rd and 10 in
in the red zone, didn't go down on first contact, kept fighting to get to that 1 yard line that led to the Jake touchdown. Just talk about how that kind of effort and grit kind of can define you guys going forward.
Yeah, that's the winning plays. Like, those are the winning plays, not the highlights, right? Everybody sees that, but it's the it's that behind the scene, a 3rd and 10 that you get an 8 or 9 yard completion and put you in position, right, to go forward, which we did, and got the touchdown. And especially to a player like that, right, to Hunter, who does everything right, doesn't get a lot of shines, not getting all the notoriety, does all the dirty work, does anything you ask him to do. That's what's going to make this group special, is those type of plays as we move forward, and if we want to accomplish what we want to in these next few games to finish out.
Unfortunately, too many people struggling with mental health have been brought up with this notion that asking for help makes you look weak. What do you got to say to these people to disperse that notion?
Yeah, that's being vulnerable. It's not necessarily being weak. And, to have courage or to show strength, there has to be that counter of that, right? There has to be that moment of vulnerability. There has to be that moment of weakness for you even to exemplify your courage or exemplify your braveness and how strong you can be. And there has to be adversity to overcome. So with that being said, it's real. We all go through it. We all have foreign thoughts, and not all of us are capable and strong enough to counteract those thoughts and understand that they are foreign, right? And that makes us feel different and puts us in different moods. And I think that's the most important part, is being aware of who you are and your moods and your daily acts. And, not everybody understands that. And when you get in those down moments, those depressed moments, it's about, being a good neighbor. And as a neighbor, sometimes we ask, how are you doing? And you get a good back. I think we should ask deeper sometimes, right? And if you ask 2 or 3 times and that person says good, well, then they're cheating you. And you have that responsibility, too, of opening up. So we just got to have more conversations and talk. And when you do that, as I told the local media right earlier this week, you're just emptying out your cup. And the more that you can do that, the more you can help fill someone else's cup.
With the omnipresence of emotions surrounding the team, how did you compartmentalize? How did you focus on your emotions when you got the sack fumble and they scored immediately, and then you guys are down after the first quarter? So what did you do psychologically with everything else going on to get yourself where you had an explosive second quarter?
I didn't go anywhere when that happened. I stayed focused. I understand this is football. Plays like that are going to happen. They had a better play than we had right there, and they got a hell of a player in Max Crosby who can rush, and trying to throw the ball away. He gets his hand on the football as it's still, back before it comes forward, and great play by them. But as I said, right, to watch our defense go out there and to hold them to a field goal, not allowing them to score a touchdown, wasn't just rejuvenating to me, I think just to everybody, and we fed off of that. But I'm not going to lose focus off of one negative play, off of a couple of negative plays. This game is long, and each play has enough responsibility in itself, so I just like to focus one at a time and give my best. Thank you guys.